You know, this Trump thug and his attorneys are not going to participate in Wednesday's House Judiciary Committee impeachment hearing. That announcement was made late last night. It doesn't come as a surprise. Trump is a fucking liar. His attorneys obviously are liars, and they understand they are defending a liar. Of course, everybody accused of high crimes and misdemeanors deserves a defense. It's the American way, don't you know? But all this talk from these little pigs on the House Intelligence Committee, Adam Schiff's committee, that conducted all of these hearings and interviews, and that the Republicans, 100 of them, were welcome to attend. All of the bullshit coming out of the mouths of these little twerps like Jim Jordan and that just insane little prick Devin Nunes. All of that was bullshit about, oh, well, they won't give the president a chance. They won't allow him to show up, or his attorneys, or anything, or call witnesses, or anything. And the Democrats made it very clear when they laid out the roadmap of how this is going to be done, that once they got through with their depositions in that first go-around of interviewing witnesses up front, first-person witnesses, once they finish, fine. That's the way it works in a grand jury hearing. The defense is not allowed anywhere fucking near a grand jury hearing. No defense, no defendant, no defense attorney. That's not what a grand jury hearing is about. That's what a trial is about. A grand jury hearing is only for the prosecution to show up and tell the panel, this is what we found. And then the panel decides, do we hand up an indictment or do we dismiss everything? In the case of the depositions that were taken, that's all that was finding out from the potential witnesses who was going to say what, who had what information, and then making it public. While these squirrely, squealy little fucking Republicans kept pissing their pants about, oh, he doesn't have a chance to defend himself. Nobody, not even you, Jim Jordan, has a chance to defend him or herself in a grand jury hearing. That's not the way our system works, you unconscionable pricks, you. But you don't care how our system works. You never have. So, in a letter to the House Judiciary Committee Chair, Gerald Nadler, White House counsel to the president, this crazy fucker, Pat Cipollone, said, quote, "We cannot fairly be expected to participate in a hearing while the witnesses are yet to be named and while it remains unclear whether the Judiciary Committee will afford the president a fair process through additional hearings. More importantly, an invitation to an academic discussion with law professors does not begin to provide the president with any semblance of a fair process. Accordingly, under the current circumstances, we do not intend to participate in your Wednesday hearing." This guy is so full of shit, he's like a Christmas goose. The president makes his argument against being removed from office when it comes to trial. That's in the Senate. This is the indictment period. Now, the president has the right, this pig has the right to send his fucking lawyer, or he can show up to say, this is why I should not be taken to trial. This is why I should not be indicted. Here's the evidence that is exculpatory or completely proves my innocence. Why doesn't Trump do that? Because there is none. There is no evidence that could be considered exculpatory. There is no evidence that shows that this piece of shit human being is innocent. He's not innocent. He's guilty as the day is long. Every time this fucker has opened his mouth since this began, he has further proven his guilt. over and over again. And there's only one reason why. Because Trump looks at the legal process the way he's always looked at the legal process. Something he can manipulate, ignore, get around, and he thinks he can do it now. He can't. This fucker will be indicted. It doesn't make any difference. He will be impeached. And the name Donald Trump will have shit smeared on it for the rest of history. And if the Republicans had, in the Senate, had an ounce of courage or honor among them, there would be enough votes to remove this monster from office. We'll see. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.